Probably keep this on the draw. Seal of Cleansing is not modern legal. I would play Seal of Cleansing probably, although it doesn't exile as a problem. The synergy is really nice. Darkslick Shores, Inquisition. I noticed that every day you've been playing a one-of card like Into the Story except this deck. Well, I don't do it just to do it. I do it because like the first Into the Story is really good in that deck, and they have diminishing returns to draw. But like the first Into the Story is usually really good to draw, but sometimes drawing too early is just a death sentence. But I don't just put one-ofs in the deck because they need to have a one-of some kind. Oh, that being said, I almost did play a card like that, actually. Funny that you say so. Lantern Control, what the hell? I almost played... Okay, there's a new Strixhaven card that returns Artifact, Enchantment, Sorcery, Planeswalker, and one more card type. Artifact, maybe just that. Instant Sorcery, Artifact, Planeswalker. And, seemed pretty interesting in our deck. How is our Lantern Control matchup? Of course, we have Erases. Gonna mill my brought back. Bauble on top. We draw Bauble. Sunbaked Canyon is a card I'd like to draw. So let's draw it off of... I think we kill this so they can't decay. They probably don't have a forest. They might have a swamp. I don't really want to draw bolts. Just leave the Bauble in my hand. Or in play, but... Yeah, Lurrus Seal of Fire is actually really good against them, right? Yeah. Bauble not super impactful in this matchup, at least as far as the looking at or getting information goes. I like playing against Lantern. Lantern's fun. I know a lot of people don't have this opinion, but I like playing against Lantern. Yeah, I'm assuming Urza as well. They're going to draw Inquisition. Okay, I can just double bolt in response. We had 3-2 the previous league, losing to Goblins and Heliod, but the deck felt really good to me. Meaty Ogre. It's 47. Thank you for your subscription, buddy. Appreciate ya. Yeah, actually, you know, I mean, obviously it's okay to disagree, but I actually think that playing against Lantern is funner than playing it. Kind of a weird opinion to have. The Showdown's pretty good. Just they can't really control the top of my library. Yeah, we changed the mana base to include the... Ooh, I get a Mentor? I guess if they have Crucible, it's kind of good. But then, again, Lurrus Seal of Fire, I agree, is probably going to be our best win condition once they get Bridge down. I guess we only get to play one of these spells, though, because we had a lot of expensive cards. They can whir. Maybe for, like, if they have Grafdigger's Cage, they can stop Lurrus. SCM, thanks for your subscription, buddy. The top card of my library is an Avalanche Riders, which is probably like good enough to draw. So they'll probably mill it. See if they get Cage. They probably will get Cage. Yeah, we're actually like kind of locked out if they get Cage. They go for 4. I guess if they're getting Cage, maybe we kill them before they get... Yeah, they do get Cage. Maybe we kill them before they get Wait, hold on. Oh, players can't cast spells, right? I don't know why I thought for a second Lurrus Bauble just worked through Cage. Top card of my library is Bauble. They still don't have Ensnaring Bridge in play. They can get it off of their Inventor's Fair, though. Do they have enough mana to Inventor's Fair this turn? They do. So we're gonna have to somehow kill him. Bauble is 0 mana, 1 damage off of the Showdown, so I think I'm gonna draw that. And I think I'm gonna cast my second Showdown. I don't think I can kill my opponent. I'd have to hit like maybe double bolt or something crazy like that works here. Probably not. Yeah, not quite. Yeah, they're just gonna lantern me. Talk about my library's Sunbaked Canyon, so let's go shuffle that away with Arid Mesa, I guess. Wildfire. Should we just be conceding here? I don't think we can really win from this point. Yeah, just go to game 2. Not a matchup we're very prepped for. I think it's okay to have a bad Lantern matchup. You attack for 7? Yeah, then they play Ensnaring Bridge. I can never ever attack the rest of the game. I don't know. And we can never draw bolts. We can never draw bolts. I guess I could, I don't know. The thing is, like, we're never drawing into, that's Lantern control. They lock you out, and then you can never draw into your outs. That's the whole thing. I think this is how I'm gonna sideboard. I don't think I want Soul Guide Lantern. They only had 1 codex. Whatever, man. Yeah, so they also had a lantern for a shuffle. That was an absurd concession. Here's because your suggestion was so good, you can download OBS and you know, you stream against Lantern control when you're like 1% to win. Absurd to play against Lantern while being 1%. Yeah, streaming it is miserable. Streaming it and just having the content be so boring for 15 minutes while you never ever draw your outs but are theoretically live to draw your outs. It's just like this super easy concession. I think I mulligan this. If only these 2 cards are both fetches. We have double fetch brought back. I think I'm just gonna do that on turn 2. We could maybe get back a Bauble if we draw a land next turn. So we'll hold the Bauble maybe. Not 2, baby. Thank you for your resubscription. Appreciate ya. Turn 1 Thoughtseize stinks. Bauble myself. Love to see it brought back on top. Sacred Foundry. Alright, so I guess I'm going to shuffle and get a basic planes of my opponent's upkeep. So if I do draw bot back off the Bauble, I can still double Rampant Growth. Mentor, sure. Yeah, someone did make a stink about the Clothless bit. They told me they were unfollowing because I think they were offended by it. I think they were offended by me worshipping Clothless as a joke. I don't know. I'm trying to help people out and show them how they can download OBS and start their own stream, but it doesn't seem like people are too receptive. They did get a lantern here. They also mill me. Kind of weird to just mill me in the blind. Maybe it's fine. Is the Clothless bit no longer funny? I mean, it's not nearly as funny as it was, but I'm still like, it's not like a bit that we're not doing anymore. And on top. They're drawing a land. I think I'm still supposed to... Wait, they made me shuffle instead of Codex Shreddering? Why? You want to Fulminator Mage them on their upkeep because of Veil of Summer? But, like, I guess why would they ever bring in Veil against me? That must have just been a misclick, right? Yeah, it must have been a misclick. Like a really tragic misclick. They milled over, brought back. Maybe I should leave the mage in play because of brought back. I'm not sure. Sacred Foundry. I guess they are the Urza variants. Mill me hit a Seal of Fire. Yeah, only 2 brought back in the deck. That's true. I'm gonna Wildfire myself. Is there a chance 2/2 is better than Strip Mine? Yeah, there's a chance. It's just hard to know for sure. Hard to know for sure. And like, especially once we've already Fulminator maged once, I think it's good to just keep doing it. They milled over another Wildfire. Okay, well. I'm glad that you're liking the blue light glasses in Yuasha. Good luck to you. Kill this shore still. Been good to go Wildfire into the Riders. Gonna pay Echo, of course. Oh, we won. Awesome. I think they're maybe just tilted from their misclick. Kind of would have felt like there. Feels bad. Okay, game. Done Soul Guide Lantern because they're playing Thopter Sword. I kind of feel like maybe the first Lantern, like 2 Lanterns over 2 Seal of Fires makes some sense. Because you really just need like 1 Seal of Fire to recur with Lurrus to get through Bridge. One of Soulfire Grandmaster, genius. Yeah, drawing at instant speed also definitely also relevant, of course. Are they not playing the symmetrical Mill Rock? I'm sure that they are. I mean, maybe they've cut it to make some room, but I'm sure that they are. Yeah, Rip Apart is an option for the sideboard. Just like the problem with cards like that right now, with cards like Wear Tear, is that they don't exile, and Heliod is indestructible. Would a Symboled Legion be a good... Why is everyone suggesting a Symboled Legion? I don't understand. It's like the 3rd or 4th time people have brought up a Symboled Legion, and that card is not a modern playable. Card is like a fringe sideboard card in Standard, you know. Just every Boros... Oh, I see. The Boros players have come to the channel for the first time. That's what it is, of course. I'm not calling anyone out because it's being brought up so many times, but that makes sense. That it's just the Boros player's pet card. Makes sense. I don't think we can mulligan the double fetch land brought back. Right, I mean, it's not a discard spell for brought back. Ah, come on! Their Coda triggers have been sniping us pretty well. Would have loved to have that in my hand. It'd been so good. Oh my gosh, no! Are you kidding? Oh my gosh, so unlucky to get Spyglass. I mean, obviously, I was just yielded till end of turn, and it's just not that bad for us. And they milled another Showdown? It's so tilting. Yeah, I never have 6 with a fetch in play. Must be my first time playing Magic Online. And they just milling into just sniping the second Showdown as a rub-in. I have the second Arid Mesa in my hand. Destruction. No, they definitely should name Arid Mesa here. They're playing against Lantern. They got Inventor's Fair with their Ancient Stirrings. We could just be casting Avalanche Riders next turn if we hadn't punted with the at F6 or yield till end of turn. I don't know. I mean, I think it's like whatever. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yeah, no, like they're not supposed to just like be nice there. Like I have the second Arid Mesa in my hand. Arid Mesa is the best card to name. They put a Lantern into their hand. Cage on top. Lurrus isn't doing too much. Oh, they milled Lurrus. It's nice of them. It's good that they don't have to read that I'm like stuck on lands here. They milled over brought back, and then Bauble is actually a really good card here because it works with brought back if we really wanted to. Can't Lurrus back the Bauble. Okay, maybe really good is an exaggeration, but oh, I should have played this. Just played the second Mentor actually. I guess now that I'm here, I'll just brought back. Can't Sunbaked Canyon first. Yeah, this is the second league. I should have just gotten Mentor Bauble. I think I mean, our opponent misclicked last game and they lost largely because of it. Maybe it's okay that we lose this game to a misclick. They have Whir for Bridge. Probably not winning this game then. Maybe I'll make another absurd concession. Yeah, I think there is a chance that we Avalanche Riders them out, so I'm going to keep playing for a second. I did think about Sting Scourger, but like, what is Sting Scourger like good against? Like Ensnaring Bridge, there's better options. But the card is interesting. Alright, so if they don't mill me, which they should absolutely mill me, I can Avalanche Riders the Inventor's Fair. We can Brock back Avalanche Riders next turn. They let me draw the Flooded Strand. What are the chances that we get to Riders them so many times that they can't cast their spells? They have so much mana. Feels really unlikely. I'm gonna wait to Bauble or bring back the Bauble off brought back next turn, I think. Oh no, Cage stops it. Okay, we're done. We're done. Well, it's hard not, you know, Lantern's always frustrating to play against. I think it's okay to not have a good Lantern matchup. Keep this. Good hand. Do I want a Wildfire on turn 2, or do I want to brought back Bauble and I guess I'll just give myself the option. I'll get a little more info now. I haven't played against Burn yet. I think because I'm just gonna get the Sacred Foundry and then Wildfire next turn, and then I think it's good to save the Bauble for brought back, but I'm not 100% sure. Seems kind of close to me. Next turn we can go Avalanche Riders, and then we can brought back Avalanche Riders and maybe play Lurrus Bauble. Showdown of Skalds is nuts. The card is, I think, very, very good. I don't want to block a 2/2 here because we can't brought back the Riders. Maybe that's fine. I mean, obviously no choice now. Eidolon's a problem. They're drawing a Mishra's Bauble next turn, which triggers the Swift Spear. Hit for 6. Goblin Guide reveals Avalanche Riders. I think that's probably the card we're playing here. Hopefully we can just trade it for Eidolon at this point. Which they might be happy to do because they have the Bauble. Weird game. Just kind of stinks not to have drawn any bolts or seal of fires. We have 8, 1-mana removal spells. So it looks like they're not going to offer the trade necessarily. This is spin to Rift Bolts. Alright, so can we afford to not block? I don't think so. Just go down to 7. Hopefully we draw an answer for the Eidolon. Because otherwise we're kind of screwed. Obviously Lurrus has lifelink, but okay, awesome. Perfect even. And with them having just 1 land, I think we've got a chance. We can go Lurrus, Seal of Fire, Swift Spear be at 4, and hopefully when they Rift Bolt, they just can't cast another burn spell this turn, and they are like 2 mana. We can start gaining life. Although I guess they can Rift Bolt the Lurrus, but then we're at 4, and then it's not so bad. So if they pointed at us, we're probably dead. Yeah, they pointed it at us really quickly, and they drew a land, so it's really unlikely that we could win now. Yeah, bummer. But I think that was a fine line to take. And we also like this. The matchup gets way better post board, where we get to bring in Forge-Tenders and Anthonice. Move away from the land destruction package. As this was been my sideboard plan, I think I'm gonna submit this. Okay. This could be brought back in just divination on turn 2, kind of. I think we keep this. Weird hand, though. It's kind of like... I mean, if we draw a fetch land, we'll probably go, like, Rampant Growth, draw a card next turn. But not Anthonice being a sorcery is rough, but, what are you going to do? Draw a red source and a bolt? Not me. Yeah, I'd like to draw a fetch. Feels weird to play the Baubles before the Mentor, but I think I'm just gonna draw 4 cards here. Sacred Foundry. On my top is a Plains. Well, I guess I don't get to draw the cards until a couple turns, but you get what I'm saying. At least our mana base isn't that painful. Can go maybe just like Sacred Foundry, Anthonice next turn. They suspend a Rift Bolt. So no Eidolon is really nice. Hard to ask for it to be too much better than this. Another Anthonice. Top card of my library is Seal of Fire. Top card of their library is Monastery Swift Spear. I think I'm glad that they have Swift Spear on top. Go Mentor Anthonice or Mentor Seal of Fire next turn. Probably better to go Seal of Fire because we have like a little choked on red mana. Need to draw a Forge-Tender maybe. We have 3 Forge-Tenders to draw into. It is nice to not have taken any damage to our Sunbeam Spellbomb. That's a card. The legal card. Skewer me down to 9, attack me down to 7. If they have another 1 mana 3 damage burn spell, they get to put me down to 3, and that is a 2 damage burn spell. Huge difference. Tense game. Still haven't found a Forge-Tender. I think I'm going to go Mentor Seal of Fire. If they Seal of Fire by Mentor, I think I'm pretty happy. It's kind of like a bait, Maybe we can Showdown into a Forge-Tender next turn. They're playing Lurrus. I think Seal of Fire is maybe a good sideboard card in Lurrus burn decks, and this is a sideboard game. I don't think it's a good main deck card. Like to see a creature here. Really like to see a creature. I guess I might block with Mentor. Could double block. Yeah, I like the double block here. If they have 1 spell, like it has to target a creature of mine to save their Swift Spear. Searing Blaze, my token, but only for 1 damage. But I guess this does put me down to any 3 damage burn spell because they have the seal. Please hit Forge-Tender. 3 in the deck. Haven't seen one yet. 4 cards off the top. Maybe make a big Forge-Tender with the Showdown ability. We did hit Lurrus, which can gain life, but that's any burn spell. We can even make Lurrus like really big, just might be a little too slow here. They've had a pretty good draw this game. Dead to any burn spell off the top. Goblin Guide is not quite good enough. Holy crap. We're drawing Brought Back, which doesn't do too much. Why do people play Lurrus and burn? Is this a bait? I feel like I'm being baited. Like the only thing Lurrus is better, like, you know, Lurrus is better than any sideboard card in burn. And it costs you no deck building changes. Yeah, I think it's just bait though. Alright, so we get to see if they're bricking now, which is really nice. They also like, yeah. I was thinking they might do this. We get to save Lurrus with the lightning bolts. Pretty cool. So now they actually like any 2 damage burn spell doesn't do the job. Like another Seal of Fire. On the top of my opponent's library is Wooded Foothills! Hell yeah. Now I got a big Lurrus. Alright, game over, really. Yes. It's tough to win game 3, but I'm feeling good. Showdown is such a crazy card. We have like, you know, we didn't draw a Forge-Tender that game. Forge-Tender is really good in this matchup, of course. Really good in this deck. IRL, would you flip the Wooded Foothills? No, not unless I knew my opponent really, really well. If I knew my opponent really, really well, I would like tell them their card is Wooded Foothills. But against an unknown opponent, just flipping the top card, I'd be as douchey as chat thinks I am if I did that. Snap keep. As douchey as I pretend to be. Perhaps. Another Lurrus on top. I think we'll just play the Forge-Tender. Maybe this is bad against Skullcrack, but maybe it's fine. Just block, you know, make him use it. Basic Plane's really nice to have, and they kept a 1-lander. Is the game just over? Just over is probably a bit of an exaggeration. You don't think you're douchey? Well, sorry that you think that. You're wrong. Toxic Streamer over here. I don't think they should have attacked into the Seal of Fire. Oh, Bauble is pretty nice because we have Lurrus. Do you have to take a point of damage to the canyon? Oh, you don't think you know. That's true, yes. I'll Forge-Tender a Boros Charm. Seems worth it. I might not do this if I didn't have a second Lurrus, but if they kill my Lurrus, I can just get to rebuy Forge-Tender next turn if I hit a land in my 2 looks. They're drawing Searing Blaze, but they have been missing land drops, so they shouldn't be able to Searing Blaze my Lurrus this turn. Man, this deck is so sweet. So sweet. Yeah, Forge-Tender Lurrus is pretty cool. We didn't hit a land yet. Did not hit a land yet. But they're going to wait to kill my Lurrus until my upkeep for no discernible reason. I guess the discernible reason is that they can't kill Lurrus. And now they really can't kill it. Now they really can't kill it. They have a Skullcrack on top, which does do some stuff. I guess they might Skullcrack my Lurrus attack. I think Skullcrack it again. Why no Forge-Tender that, I guess. So double Seal of Fire. How much damage can we do next turn? We can do 6, 9. They should be dead next turn, yeah. Still waiting for a damage can be prevented on the card. Yeah, that'll be the day. They drew another Skullcrack, but they're just dead to my burn here. Yeah, Fortune doesn't stop Skullcrack. That's, you know, I was kind of joking. But probably should have just said Fortune doesn't stop Skullcrack. Might be what I would say if I was a streamer, but I'm an MTGO user. Yeah, this has been like one of the best main deck Lurrus decks I've ever played. So I think it's okay to lose to Lantern Control. Alright, keep this hand, I think. Let's put back, I think, Lurrus. Kind of close. If I could play Lurrus as a companion or Forest Lurrus main deck, would I still choose the latter? In this deck? If I could have Lurrus as a companion or Lurrus main deck? Probably Lurrus as a companion, still. Kind of interesting thought, though. I guess I was supposed to play Arid Mesa here, actually, because if I draw another fetch land, I'd want to be able to double explore, so that was a mistake. Yeah, Seal of Fire not having to tap, I agree, is really nice. So we can play Avalanche Riders next turn, because we have a lot of this is wait, they Teleria Wested for Endless One. Does anybody tell them that Tibble's Trickery is not legal? What the hell? I've never seen this. This is crazy. Hopefully we don't just blow up all of their lands and they never get to show us what they're doing, because I am curious. It's Possibility Storm? Man, chat is like so with it. Oh yeah, it's Possibility Storm. Oh, I wasn't supposed to play the Mesa, though. I was supposed to save it for next turn. Just stun locked. My opponent Teleria Wested for Endless One was the surprising thing. But, yeah, Possibility Storm makes sense. Sure thing, Stral. Glad that you appreciate it. Flame Slash my Riders, so I can't bring it back. Alright, so play Mentor. If they kill my Mentor, we can bring it back and an Arid Mesa. Why is it Endless not Stonecoil? Your guess is as good as mine. Ooh. So I started casting. I mean, we might just be dead next turn. We do have a race in our sideboard for Possibility Storm, but I guess it doesn't really answer Possibility Storm that well. Well, if they don't have a fifth land, we should probably win. I mean, they have to have fifth land plus Possibility Storm. Emrakul doesn't kill me. Is that what they're doing with Possibility Storm? Just casting Emrakul? Because, yeah, we actually kind of beat that. Especially with brought back. I mean, we lose to, like, Lightning Bolts. But I guess, like, their Possibility Storm deck. So, who knows? I'm gonna just cast Brought Back in response. Yeah, because I don't want to hit Lightning Bolts. There's Karn the Great Creator on top. I don't really know what that can get, but their deck is cool. Is this like a deck that 5-0'd or something? With a Pact of Negation? Okay, I mean, if they are going for Emrakul here, that's not so bad. Has Showdown been good as just a draw 4? Well, it's not just a draw 4. It's a draw 4 that also like puts counters on your creatures. But yes, Showdown has been good. So they hit Emrakul. They have to pay for Pact though. And then Lurrus Bauble is 2 counters with Showdown and 1 prowess trigger. And we drew a Bauble. So if we could sack 1 for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we can go land, Bauble, Bauble. I think we win if they attack. Flagstone's good tech against Emrakul. I'm dead? How am I dead? I gotta go. I don't think I'm dead. I guess when I Lurrus... Oh wait, no, Possibility Storm doesn't affect Showdown from the Skalds. No, if they mutagenic growth their Emrakul, they have to like hit another mutagenic growth off Possibility Storm. You know, Keck W. Yeah, Showdown is nuts in this deck. I've been wanting to play a Showdown Mentor deck for the longest time. The longest time I've been trying to make this like idea work, and I finally have a good shell for it. It's awesome. Yeah, easy win. Yeah, getting 2 triggers off Baubles. It's nuts. And I get another. I get 2 more Showdown triggers and 1 more prowess trigger off the Lurrus. Although I guess it's better to Wildfire because I will just Wildfire into another Wildfire. That's more damage. Nah. Turn 5 cast Emrakul. Who cares? I'm playing Boros. That's a fine card, I suppose. But it is, you know, nothing against my Boros deck. Thing with the Fulminator Mage is probably over the bolts. Forge-Tender is also kind of an interesting option. Maybe I'll bring in like 2 over like 2 copies of Seal of Fire. So they're playing some red removal spells. Lore Hold. Yeah, this honestly is more of a Lore Hold deck than a Boros deck, I agree. Have we considered 1 Crash Through? I think it's only good when you have Mentor in play, and like... So no, I don't think you want a card that's only good when you're going off with Mentor. Yeah, Mentor is good against Possibility Storm apparently. How's it doing? This deck's sweet. This deck is sweet. I mean, I think we're like 4-3 in games, but the deck has been feeling really good. And like our losses have been like 2 of our losses have been like to Goblins and Lantern Control, so not super meta decks. How's it more Lore Hold? Well, it's just like the Lore Hold is like a card advantage, you know. It feels like it's more about value and card advantage and bringing cards back from the graveyard. Way more so than Boros is. This deck also has no Boros cards. Modern Challenge good? Maybe. I hope so. I'm really hyped about this deck. Really hyped about this deck. Yeah, Monastery Mentor is, you know, the teacher, and Lurrus is taking some classes. The Cold Snap Basics, yes. Huge punt. You guys want to see... I got Harry's permission to show this, but Harry, MTG, friend of the channel, got super drunk last night, and I was just in the chat, and he started ranting about me. It was awesome.
Okay, he's revolutionized it. Look at him, averaging 800 fucking viewers in the Magic the Gathering category. He's carrying us. He's got a fucking hitchhiking backpack, and he's literally carrying the shit out of us. I'm literally here going live at fucking 8 p.m. praying that Aspiring Spike isn't live, because I know that he's carrying this fucking category. He's literally carrying us. Think about it. My guy has literally got the biggest fucking balls on him to carry the fuck out of this fucking category. Magic Line is dying because once you don't give a shit. But Aspiring Spike is doing his work.
What's up? It's me.
He's fucking doing it. He's doing it, bro. You don't even understand what he's done for us. Literally, my guy has revolutionized what the fuck we're doing. I fucking love him. People don't give him the respect that he deserves. Fucking respect your spine, Spike. If you don't put him fucking respect to his name, I'm gonna slap you.
It was awesome. Harry was so drunk. It was great. It was awesome night. Like the second wildfire. Yeah, so I asked him if I can use that for like some notifications. I can't set it to where you give a specific notification for gifted subs. I don't really know why that is. But I would like to do it that way. Let me actually, I think I'm gonna go snap wildfire on turn 2, and I'm gonna try to brought back my Fulminator Mage. Yeah, that was honestly a very small snippet of the full rant. The full thing went on for like, I don't know. It was on and on and on. It was too much, but it was great. Thank you for the subscription, Azir Ivory. 1 year, hell yeah, good time. But yeah, I recorded that part at least. I think that's like maybe the best part. I'll be incorporating it somehow. Yeah, but Harry was it was a good stream. It was a good stream. He was taking a drink every time he countered a spell, and he was playing Esper Control. He just kept telling everybody that he loved him. It was awesome. When am I doing a drinking stream? I don't know. Probably never, but if I do it, I don't like to day drink very much. I do like to, you know. Harry said he didn't think that I ever drank, but I do. But I don't like day drinking, and I like sticking with my stream schedule. That Dirty Ginger, 3 months, appreciate ya. Hope you have a good one. There's no way I'd ever drink as much as Harry did on stream. No way. Alright, I guess I have plenty of fetches now. Hopefully they counter the Forge-Tender for some reason. Gonna wait on the Fulminator Mage token brought back at next turn, hopefully. But I guess they're like probably just countering this. Oh, sick. But since their combo is 5 mana, I don't really feel that I need to Fulminator Mage them right now. Just drink water and say it's vodka. Blind drunk Tron screen. I mean, that sounds like content, I guess. But at what cost? But at what cost?
What's up? It's me,
I guess
your
I'm just
friend,
playing
Aspiring
Showdown.
Spike.
Or maybe it's still good to bring back fetch land, Fulminator Mage. You can brought back with a couple mana up next turn. There's not like a 1 mana spell pierce to play around, so it's not. Brought back no clickbait, I think, is actually maybe just busted. And has maybe just been busted this whole time. See how many basics they have left. Doesn't seem like they've got that many. Yeah, I was watching when he broke the glass. And then his absolute legend of a roommate came and cleaned him up a bit. Oh, I meant to... Sorry, I guess I put a stop on my draw step, not my upkeep. I mean, they didn't have mana leak earlier, but if we get mana leaks, it's just a disaster. It's not like we desperately need to play a land off Showdown. So let's just, like, not get got by that card. What am I playing? Brought back with Lotus Field. My first draft of this deck that I played off stream last night did have a Lotus Field in it, and I think it was okay. I think it's okay in the deck, but I think it's better to not play it, sadly. And I think this match has been a good indicator of what I mean by in mid-range decks like this, you need to play land destruction or discard spells or counter spells, or you're just gonna lose to combo and big mana too much. I think I'm gonna save the Bauble for the Mentor. Start putting counters on the Forge-Tender. They also need double red to Possibility Storm. So next turn we can brought back the Showdown if we want to. I should have actually bobbled myself with the fetch, of course. Whatever, we got enough value. Oh no, you can't. Sorry, you can't put counters on the Forge-Tender because of pro red. Right, this actually came up last night. You have a Team or Triumph on top. A Fun of Swan of Brynargle. What does Swan do for us? Besides just being a swan. Yeah, brought back Showdown is like a huge deal in this deck, I think. You bolted and draw 3s, that's it. I mean, this deck already has a ton of card advantage and a ton of 4-drops, so doesn't like it doesn't play very well with like the brought back Lurrus Mentor thing. But like I mean I know I've read Swans before. I've read Swans before. Two mana, draw 4, put a land into play. It's pretty good. They haven't had a counterspell yet this game. Maybe they're just not playing any. Oh no, it's entered tapped. That's a weird line of text. I'm pretty sure they're dead. Because we can go Lurrus Bauble. Lurrus and Mentor play pretty well together. Played against Dredge. I played against Dredge last night. I did win. We've got Lanterns in the sideboard, which work with brought back and Lurrus. And sometimes you can just, I think, overpower them game 1. Forge-Tender stops Conflagrate too. I think it's an okay matchup. Is my opponent going to play some weird fog? Yeah, I'm so glad it finally came. Oh, I put a counter here on accident. Doesn't matter. For so long, I've been wanting to play a Mentor Showdown deck. Basically for months now, like 2 months. And I couldn't figure out the shell. Finally figured it out. It's so weird to play a Boros deck with so much card advantage and so much ramp. It's awesome. Feels like color pie break. This would replace Soulcat as your favorite brew. Yeah, I think I'm expanding my horizons. Sick. Yeah, I need to get better at stacking the Mentor triggers. Well, we have a lot of options with Brock back. Next turn it can be double Rampant Growth. It can be Rampant Growth draw a card. It can be draw a card shock. Or it can be shock draw a card. Oh, we could go this deck didn't exist? No, because I created it last night myself. I do it myself. Because all I do, all day, every day, with the exception of like Sunday afternoons, and like Monday nights and Saturday nights, and also, you know, whatever time I spend with Esther and Athena, is think about modern decks and brew modern decks. That's all I do. All I do. Oh, response to another comment, I see. So I'm going to try to brought back in response to them fetching, and if they don't, I'll just do it on their upkeep. Probably getting basic planes. Maybe I should get one Sacred Foundry. I'll get a Sacred Foundry. Yeah, all I do is think about modern. Yeah, and I also talked to Esther about it, too. I was talking to Esther about this deck last night. What's my brewing methodology? Well, it just always starts with an idea of something that seems powerful and that people aren't doing, right? So the idea here, it started with the idea that Showdown of the Skalds and Monastery Mentor play really good together because Showdown of the Skalds is a really, really powerful card advantage spell that plays good in creature decks. And it's, you know, notably also a white card advantage spell, and Mentor is a white card. And that plays well with like a lot of cheap cards as well. One's card advantage, and like you can put counters on like the creatures, which is great, perfect. And I put together like this Is It version that didn't look very good, and I put together like a Bardi version. Oh, I should have clicked the bubble on their turn so I could scry. We just drew a good card anyways. And that also didn't look very good. And sorry, keep taking the stops off for no reason. But I finally have a version together here that I think is good. And the real missing piece was chat yesterday was talking about Brought Back and Bauble. And then I was thinking, wow, Brought Back and Showdown is sick. You get to bring back your Showdown, and then you get to bring back your Avalanche Riders. And then really, while I was brewing, Seal of Fire is the card that ties it all together. Just another card, another cheap spell like Bauble to bring back is just so key. Why didn't you select the Bauble for another card with Brought Back? I think it's better to get a land into play than it is to draw a card in this spot. Could be wrong, but that was my thinking. Alright, so if my top card is like Showdown of the Skalds, I'll just draw that. Avalanche Riders. Riders is pretty good. I'll take a Riders here. Oh, I should probably play the Seal Fire, although holding it for Mentor is probably fine too. So you go Bolt Jace, Avalanche Riders Jace. Probably targeting their white mana. Trellon, sorry. Been a while since you rated, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Any new Mono Blue Tron tech? We're playing a really interesting Boros Showdown of the Skalds, Monastery Mentor, Brought Back deck that I've just been brewing up the last couple days and absolutely loving. I really want to get Lurrus down, but it's probably better to go Riders, kill their white source, Wildfire myself. Maybe better to Wildfire myself first. Maybe just pay Echo. Have a lot of mana. On turn 2, we brought back 2 fetch lands. This is a Boros deck with a ton of card advantage and a ton of ramp. And this is our 3rd time playing against blue control decks. And so far, we're just totally outvaluing them, which is awesome. Do you think some ramp stuff with Strict Protector could work? Not really. No. Seems very inconsistent and fragile. I'm going to pay. And then I think I'm probably just not going to play Lurrus into a possible mana leak. They're drawing Vanishing Verse, which is okay. Again, it gets Mentor and Riders, misses Lurrus. They also don't have white mana. No, Archmage's Charm is really good for us. So they don't have Archmage's Charm in their hand, and so Lurrus should resolve, right? They could have Drown maybe, but like they might have mana leak, but they didn't. They would have cast Archmage's Charm to draw 2 last turn if they had it. I guess I should have attacked first, but whatever. Can we do this in Historic? I mean, you don't have Bauble, Seal of Fire, or Fetch lands in Historic, so Brought Back is like way worse without all of those cards. But you do get just Showdown of the Skalds.
What? How?
I mean, that's great for us. But how is that their card? Another Avalanche Riders on top, I'll draw it. Deputy Michael McGlynn, thank you for your 4-3 subscription. Appreciate you, buddy. Any chance this could be a good Karn deck? It could be, actually. Karn is kind of interesting. You can play Karn over Riders. Probably not, but maybe. A good thought. There may be some interesting cards to get. So they can we know they have Vanishing Verse here. How would they not draw 2 there? So good for us that they didn't draw 2. It's crazy. Was thinking Sprite Dragon instead of Mentor. I mean, Mentor is way better in this deck, but I did in my first draft of a Showdown Mentor deck. I've even talked about this deck on stream a couple of times, but just like I've had this deck together for a while, and I haven't played it because I just don't think it's any better than Blue Red Prowess. It's like just a worse Blue Red Prowess seems. Yeah, sometimes you want Karn with not like the full sideboard plan, but not usually, I think, or not that often. There's a Flagstones on top. I'll just shuffle that away. We have one basic mountain left in the deck. Oh, maybe it's better to hit... No, they play a plains. But I want to do this first so that if they can't Cryptic Command my Avalanche Riders. Maybe it was better to go after their colored sources. This does give Revolt for Fatal Push on Lurrus, but they were going to get that anyways. They had Drown, and they let me draw a card off of Lurrus. Thank you, opponent. It's nice of you. We can pay for Mana Leak on Riders. Yeah, Brought Back is such a crazy card in this deck. Gonna hit their white source. Young Pyromancer doesn't work with Mishra's Bauble, Seal of Fire, or Showdown of the Skalds in the way Monastery Mentor does. They have Logic Knot. Looks like they do. So I don't think it would be a good addition, no. I mean, Brought Back plus fetch lands, I don't even think is just a fail case. Like, 2 mana on turn 2, bring back 2 fetch lands is really, really good. It's really good to do that. I think this deck is great. Declaring this deck to be great. I missed the nice. What was the nice in response to? Maybe Brought Back. I'm gonna pay Echo. Showdown is nice. I do think my opponent has a Mana Leak in their hand, so I'm gonna try to play around that. I know they have Vanishing Verse. They might just be casting that here, leaving Mana Leak up. Brought Back power level from 1 to 10. I don't know. I've never been very good at, like, you know, quantifying things on like 1 to 10 lists, stuff like that. But Brought Back is good. Brought Back is real good. It's real. Why am I holding Seal of Fire? I have Monastery Mentor in my deck. 4 Monastery Mentors. They have Force Blue card. That's their whole hand. Any chance this deck could be a Valakut mana base, with Brought Back being double bolts. Seems really hard to play Valakut and as many white sources. You could play a Maria, but I don't know. Brought Back can bring back both of these Seal of Fires here, be 4 damage. So we can present lethal. And they can Vanishing Verse my they can Vanishing Verse Avalanche Riders, and so we can deal right now. We can deal 8. Okay, that's lethal. So we'll make them Vanishing Verse the Riders, so that way they can't beat me with a counterspell. Yeah, I think you could play an Amaria the Sky Ruin, but that card is also so slow, and like. We also have basic mountains in our deck. But I think you could play one. Maybe like one in the sideboard against control decks is kind of cool. Yeah, just Boros Charm here. The flexibility of this card is always a 2-for-1, and like very often you'll I mean, sometimes it's more for that if you bring back Showdown, but it's just so often a 2-for-1, and it can be like it can be card advantage, it can be ramp, it can be removal, it can be more card advantage, it can be land destruction off Avalanche Riders. The card is broken in this deck, you know? Is there a way to play Brought Back in control? Maybe. I think it's way better in a shell like this, but like Brought Back is pretty good with Mishra's Bauble. Double Rampant Growth is pretty good in general. I thought about Mockery of Nature in the sideboard for Heliod. What does the card do? Can you exclamation point card Mockery of Nature? White doesn't get any card advantage. Wizards hates white cards. Wizards hates white cards. They never print any good white cards. Then Ephemerate and Brought Back are like Showdown of the Skalds. I'm card advantage. Magic players, play with me. I'm card advantage. It doesn't seem like a Mockery of Nature deck. Yeah, Ephemerate also a great card advantage card. Ephemerate doesn't work with Mentor. It only really works with Riders in this deck. That Safari of Hero Dominaria card's pretty cool. It drew you a card. That's nice. It costs 5 mana. It's pretty good. Showdown of Skalds, though. 4 mana, draw 4. Put a, you know, 4 counters on your Avalanche Riders. Yeah, just because it doesn't say draw a card doesn't mean like Brought Back and Ephemerate are 2 of the best card advantage spells in Modern, maybe. So this has been my sideboard plan against Esper. We've also, this is our 3rd match against Esper or Blue-White X Control. And we are currently 5-0 in games against them. Brought Back is terrible. It doesn't say draw a card. I thought WotC Hates White thing was mostly for Commander. No, it's also for, like, 60 card constructed, I think. I could be wrong about that. I don't know. White is just, like, one of the best cards in Modern. Or best colors in Modern. I got Deck Tech for Timu. I like Statuary Outcome. This is interesting. Galazeth is really interesting. Galazeth just can't be better than Urza in this deck, though. You have to play 4 Urza in this deck, just like period. There's no way you can't play 4 Urza. Just like don't play Galazeth. And then like you probably just cut the Commit to Memory, Rawls Expertise for more Urzas. Sadly, you can maybe play Karn Sideboard and get Paradox Engine. But I like the Expressive Iteration. I think that card's good. Oh, I also see that there are Mystic Sanctuaries, and that card's really good. You should keep playing it. Although maybe play less Spirebluff Canals so you can have more islands in your deck. Oh, this is Pioneer. This is Pioneer. I see. This deck is sick. This deck is awesome. I like Saheeli a lot. Maybe play another one. This is Pioneer. This deck is awesome. This deck is rad as hell. I love it. I honestly don't even think I feel like I can suggest anything besides like maybe like a second Saheeli over like Commit to Memory. I think Commit to Memory is kind of terrible. Do we just keep the double Rampant Growth? We have the Sunbaked Canyon. Double Rampant Growth is so good. We'll draw spells. We're on the draw. Alright, deck sick. Love it. Cool Brew Timu. I liked your I saw that you were playing in, what was it? Creativity in, oh, that perfect draw. Creativity in Pioneer 2. I thought that deck was cool. Just double Rampant Growth in response to a fetch land. Am I still in time for a set review on Strixhaven? I had a set review on Twitter. I posted it there. Set review is kind of like, yeah, there's some cards here. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, this deck is awesome. I kind of think maybe I broke it, or like maybe I've made like a it feels like there's really something here, you know. What's the number of targets for Lurrus to be main decking? We only have 8, but the targets we have are the best Lurrus targets in Modern: Seal of Fire and Mishra's Bauble. I'm just gonna shock whatever. Playing against Esper. Sick. I think I'm gonna ask my opponent if they want to counter Lurrus and hope that they say yes. Then we can brought back 2 more fetch lands. No, I didn't break it. Lol, come on. I don't know, dude. I think this deck's great. When I say break it, like, obviously this isn't, like, a tier 0 deck, but I think this deck is good. Like, I think this deck is really good. Break it is a bit of an exaggeration, but, like, made a good deck. I think mission accomplished. I guess Kaya's Guile gets me pretty hard here. What a good sideboard plan be against me out of a blue control deck. I mean, it depends on the blue control deck. Yeah. Wait, they made a creature instead of stopping me from what? They made a spirit instead of stopping 2 fetch lands? Is bruising brought back? The fetches were put into play on my upkeep, so I have to do it on my turn. I was fetched on my upkeep to thin. Maybe a misclick. Maybe. Hopefully, I'm not going to just jam Showdown into Cryptic. We'll see what we draw. Cool. That maybe just makes them use Cryptic and then we can resolve Showdown. I mean, we at least will get to keep them off Cryptic. It's possible we could read them as having like Mana Leak if they let this resolve. Charm, so unlucky for them to not even have Cryptic. Arid Mesa, Showdown, Fulminator Mage, Bauble. Hell yeah. I think I will Bauble myself now. I'm not sure if this is correct. I'm probably going to Seal of Fire their Spirit. Yeah, Showdown and Scales seems pretty decent. Yeah, I know I have a land drop, but I'm doing this first. There's a Lightning Bolt on top. I don't think I really want to draw bolts. It's going to Seal of Fire their Spirit. Kind of painful, but whatever. Yeah, there are 4 Mentors in the deck. I don't know. I mean, we kept a pretty land heavy hand, but we also like brought back was double Rampant Growth twice. Explosive Vegetation, I guess is what I should be calling that. Another Fulminator Mage, sick. How depend on the deck is brought back. I mean, you don't need to draw it, but it's more so like this is just like a reasonable mid-range deck, and brought back is really powerful. But you don't. It's not like you just need to draw it to win. This is not a combo deck. They have Teferi. What? The Scarab God? What the hell? Well, how am I supposed to beat that? Oh, we hit Lightning Bolt, Seal of Fire. I guess that's how. I know they can. I mean, they can cast it next turn if they have a land, but I think that may be okay. That's their whole turn. I know it just goes. I've played against the Scarab God once or twice. They are drawing an island, but I think we can beat it. We get to brought back a Showdown next turn, and we actually get to make Avalanche Riders huge. Yeah, we get to blow up 2 of their lands at least. We're doing okay. Isn't everybody glad today that they tuned into twitch.tv/aspiring spike? Yeah, we could brought back Fulminator Mage next turn. Might, yeah, do that. Thanks, Desert Nomad. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with this deck. I just like... Yesterday was a really great... I was feeling really good, the brewing process. I was actually like testing it for the first time while Harry was ranting about me positively, saying only nice things about me on stream. Today is a good day. Stinks that tomorrow kind of stinks tomorrow's Dono deck Thursday, but we can play more of this deck on Friday probably. I'm doing good, Neville. How you doing? They're not playing the Scarab God. Keck W. Wow, what a draw. How much mana do we have? We have 4, 9, 10 mana. So we can go Monastery Mentor first, I think. See, they probably counter this. They obviously have a counter spell in their hand if they're gonna pass. But it just doesn't matter that much. We go Fulminator Mage, and then we can brought back the, if this resolves, we can brought back Fulminator Mage and the Showdown. Yeah, Tid mana on turn 6 with Boros with just like unlimited gas. I guess we're gonna want to keep my opponent off of triple blue here with Cleansing Wildfire, actually. Oh, I should have targeted basic island though, because now the Fulminator Mage doesn't have a target. It's actually a mistake. Should have targeted an island. I think we'll be okay. They're tapping a black mana. Well, if they kill my Mentor, I'll just bring it back. It's so sick. Headphone though. Alright, they have let the mana fizzle. So let's bring back Fulminator Mage, Showdown of the Skalds. Got some triggers. It's insane. Are you playing the deck too? Got to, yeah, it's the nuke 6 of 6 opponents. So I guess you've been playing the deck alongside me. And attack with a 10 power Lurrus. Yeah, I think this deck is awesome. Can they counter this? Yeah, white is too good. It has too much card advantage and ramp. Brought back, baby. Just like, this is the third time we played against Control, and we've just absolutely embarrassed them with the amount of card advantage we. Planeswalker Prison deck tech. Let me just keep this hand. Turn 2 double rampant growth. Although they might discard it. So it looks like, is this the, I'm assuming that this is the new Kasmina, right? This is not a Kasma Ignite Mentor. You meant to put the 3 mana one. That card's kind of interesting. I would probably be playing 4 Birds of Paradise now that Simian Spirit Guide is banned. I used to play Spirit Guide in this deck. Probably over like 2 of the Kasmina. Just play 2 Kasmina instead. I think this is a good list. I like the Elixir in the sideboard. Well, maybe you don't need it as much because you can beat Infinite Life with Jace if you have Jace. Oh, you need at least the first Jace in here. Yeah, I don't see a Jace. Yeah, first Jace is definitely better than Teferi Master of Time, I think. Oh, this is 8-rack. Well, Showdowns should be pretty good. I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna fetch because we could draw a brought back. Maybe I should have discarded one of my 3 Showdowns, but the card's just so good. And this turns off Inquisition, maybe. How good is New Kasma? Not that good, but kind of worth trying, I think. Yeah, those are my thoughts on the deck. Hope that it works out well. Liliana would be kind of bad, I guess. Target player discards 2, then exile cards from that player's graveyard. Okay. Cool. Cool addition from Strixhaven. Doesn't necessarily feel like it's putting 8-rack on the map, but cool card. I mean, we might not get to Showdown. They could. Oh, never mind. We're gonna get to Showdown, I think. I guess if they can discard 2 cards here, they have another go blank. They get us, but then we at least have a lot of lands in play. They do have another go blank. Do we just try to top deck a land? I don't think so. That plan, I think, is usually bad against 8-rack. Although I guess I'm not supposed to do this in response. Doesn't matter that much. Mind Rat too strong. And only having 1 Showdown left in the deck is a pretty big problem because that's our best card in the matchup, probably. See if we would have top decked the land. I guess we shuffled, so different timeline now. Do I want to hit Mutavault or Castle Lochtwain? Or my Flagstones? Probably there, Mutavaults. Nah, it's at the castle, actually. But bracket Ephemerate is gas. What if I put them in the zombie shell? Sack your messengers, bring them back, Ephemerate your title scholars. Sounds interesting. Sounds interesting. I have to think about it some more, I guess. I maybe chose wrong with the wildfire. Obviously depends on like what they have in their hand and what we draw off the wildfire. Down to 9. Well, Lurrus doesn't have anything to get back, sadly, but gaining 3 a turn can, you know, negate the Shrieking Affliction. and doesn't die to Fatal Push without an Edict effect, but they have Liliana Waker. Weird. Each player discards 1, -X number of cards in your graveyard. Got it. Oh, probably dead. Game 2. Well, we could beat a lot of decks, but not the rack. Am I really supposed to be on the draw? I really don't want to be. Erase only hits Shrieking Affliction, right? It doesn't hit anything else. I think I'm gonna bring in the Lanterns as largely as ways to just put a card into play to draw later and get recur off Lurrus. And I'll play one Fulminator Mage, and I'll just play a Bolt. Vexing Devil. They're just I don't know. Vexing Devil kind of sucks. Late I have Sanctity in this set. I think I'm going to choose to be on the draw. Mostly because choosing to be on the draw is my favorite game action to take in Magic. My favorite game action. I'll be on the draw. Yeah, we lost to Goblins and Lantern, and now we're down a game against Rack. But I feel like we're beating a lot of the more meta decks, which is nice. Hell yeah, Kobe. Ooh. Yes, please. I did a full deck tech at the very beginning of the stream, Soul Strong. There's a lot going on, so I don't really want to just repeat myself now. I'm going to do this main phase in case they have some instant speed. Graveyard Hate. We're pretty good against Smallpox because we're a Flagstones deck, right? The idea of Vexing Devil with brought back a Lurrus seems kind of good. Well, the thing is they'll just leave it in play. Right? That's the problem with Vexing Devil. Should probably wait on the Bauble until the end of their turn. Sunbaked Canyon, I'll shuffle that away. Maybe should have hit a basic land. Yeah, maybe. I think that was a possibility. Oh, forgot how that works. Only getting hit for 2. But maybe we should have drawn on our turns. Probably fine. Probably fine not to have. How many basics are they playing, do you think? No, I don't know. I want to cycle my Wildfires, but I also kind of just want to leave Sacred Foundry in my hand to discard. I think I'm just going to do that. I don't understand how many times a Symbol of the Legion. I know that it's mostly a joke at this point, or I'm hoping. But I just didn't think I'd slide in today and have a Symbol of the Legion be suggested 1,000 times. I know it's mostly a joke, or I'm hoping it's mostly a joke. But I just wasn't mentally equipped to handle it today. Monastery Mentor on top. Yes, please. Oh, let's actually just hold the seal for the Wildfire for the Mentor. Just go ahead and seal the Liliana. Oh yeah, I could have Lanterned their Raven's Crime. Although I don't think they're gonna Raven's Crime me this turn. Sure, right? I can Mentor raise 2 racks. I guess we can draw a card off of the rack on our upkeep here. I guess I also should have Wildfired first. Should I Wildfire myself just to thin? I think I'm just going to still Wildfire them. I want to see how many basics they play. They might not play... They probably play at least 5 swamps. Oh, wow, the perfect draw. Feed the Swarm, which deals them 3 down to 10. Next turn they're drawing. Go blank. The discard 2 exile. Oh no, I meant to draw a card in response. So we took 1 more point of damage than I meant to. I mean, I kind of want them to draw go blank, so I'll just Wildfire myself. So at 8, I could just take 6 from the racks. So I'm gonna go blank. I guess I'll kill Lily. Maybe this is wrong, actually. Because they're gonna go blank with my 2 cards. Maybe I guess I should have Wildfired them. I mean, we're not unlikely to kill them next turn. We're gonna take 4 down to 4. Whatever, we're here. So now we just need to trigger anything that triggers prowess kills them. No, we're 1 short. No, we're not 1 short because we have 2 ways to trigger prowess. Well, stumbled a bit, but the deck carried us to the finish line. 2 lanterns also means that we wouldn't even die to the racks anyways because we could draw 2 cards in response. I've never played a Boros deck with this much ramp and card advantage. It's awesome. Okay. Game 3. Let's go. I'll put an upkeep stop if I need to. If I need it. I don't like to have it there always. I can just put it on then take it off rather than always have it. We chose to be on the draw that game. They have the choice this time, but so we'll see if they choose play or draw. It'll be kind of interesting. Fade Stitcher plus Emery plus Grindstone. Grindstone? I guess I don't understand how the interaction works. Keep this. Don't have a second wide source. Grindstone's just the artifact that you tap and mill your opponent. You should probably take Bauble, honestly. Maybe Lantern. Wish there was a way to get Reclaimer. No Naya Trio makes it really tough. But you can play Naya and play like... You get to play the 3 mana, 3/2 with Revolt that brings a card back. Yeah, but maybe we'll maybe win the Naya Triome gets printed. We'll revisit. Yeah, you also get you get Seal of Primordium because the Seal of Cleansing is not modern legal because Wizards hates white cards and there's no good white cards and Wizards is tanking the game. Cast Smallpox. Maybe I don't crack the Bauble because if I draw a fetch land, Brought Back's gonna be pretty good. I think that's gonna be fine to not crack the Bauble. Punish, I guess. You mean Grinding Station, not Grindstone. I still don't get the interaction. Balsam, 7 months, creepy chill, some spicy tech. Well, I would say thank you for the subscription, but I'm not so sure now. Alright, they don't have any more discard. They're drawing a rack next turn, awesome. Just take 1. But next turn we can even, if we draw a fetch, we can brought back Lantern and, okay, that works too. I think this is the first time we brought back a Flagstones, but I want to exile the Raven's Crime. I guess it doesn't really matter to do it now. Actually, they're just drawing the rack, so I can just cast Mentor first. Yeah. Who's dropping? 7 months. Take your Bezo bucks. Thank you, Miss Droppings, for the Bezo bucks. No, Flagstones is not part of a cycle. At least not that I know of. So draw a card. Brought back Flagstones, Lantern. Another Sacred Foundry, and exile the Raven's Crime. Doggy, 14 months. Appreciate you. Tony Canzoni, Calzoni, 6 months. Thank you guys. Good chat. I mean, it's scary to have like this much up, but they just drew another Mutavault. We get to sack Lantern in response to the rack triggers, so we don't even take any damage this turn. And we can bring back Lantern and I guess Flooded Strand if we want. But it might be even better to just hold those Strand in hand. Okay, it's whatever. It doesn't matter. Best thing to do is cast Showdown. I will cast a Showdown. What was the punt? No attack? I guess so. Yeah. Should have. Don't think I was, not gonna let them trade double Mutavault for Mentor. And we can save potentially the brought back to bring back the Showdown in 2 turns. See what we draw here. Lightning bolts. It's pretty great. Yeah, so put a counter on the Mentor, I guess. Probably doesn't matter that much, but we can just bolt the Mutavault, and now they can never win, which is nice. I need to put the Showdown and the Mentor triggers on the stack first. I keep forgetting to. Playing against 8 rack. We lost round 1 to Lantern of this league, and then we've won now the next 4 matches. We 3-2 the first league, losing to Goblins, and then Heliod. We made some changes. I'm liking the deck a lot. I think the deck. I'm gonna play another league. I think I'm keeping the same 75.